Boo, 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 boo. So I was recording a Halloween episode of Shaun of the City last night at a haunted location, which I'll be sharing about very soon. My friend Bob from Indie Ghost Hunters was there, as was a lovely psychic lady who's very familiar with this location that's said to be very active in terms of how haunted it is. So she was there. I walk in, I introduce myself, and the first words out of her mouth, she said, "Where did you just come from?" I'm like, my house? And she said, "Well, you just came from somewhere very active, meaning actively haunted." And I said, "Well, to my knowledge, my house is not haunted, and I'd really like to keep it that way." And she said, "Okay, well, then I won't say anything." And I'm like, "Well, you have to now." And so she said, "There is someone in your house. They're not always there. They come and go." She said, "I think it's your grandmother, who was probably my favorite person who ever lived, my dad's mom. Although I guess it could be my mom's mom. I never met her. Anyway, so at this point, I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm comforted by this, but I'm less creeped out, thinking that this, dead visitor is my grandmother who I adored. Anyway, so the lady goes on, but some of the stuff she says is just blatantly inaccurate. She says, so you walk into your house and you go up some steps, and when you go inside, you can either turn to the left or turn to the right, and to the left there's a sitting area. Well, yes, when you do walk into my house, there is a sitting area to the left, but you can't go right. Like, you go right, there's just a wall there. So she was wrong about that. And then she says, you don't see her, but your dog does. Okay, so she knows I have a dog. She says, you probably notice him reacting to things that you can't see, barking or whatever. Nope, I don't ever notice that. He never, ever does that. So there, she's wrong again. She says, I can see her doing something with her hands, knitting or something. My grandmother never did that. So now I'm starting to think, like, is there a mystery dead old woman in my house at times? Or is this psychic person making this whole thing up, or what? And then you're not going to believe what she says. She says, by the way, your grandmother, at least who she thinks is my grandmother, your grandmother comes into your room at night while you're sleeping. Nope. I don't care for that. Do not care for that at all. She said, Grandma comes in there, and she said, it's a loving thing. Not to me. She said, she's tucking you in. She said, I'm seeing, doing her psychic thing. She said, I'm seeing that your covers are really messy, aren't they? No, they're not. I'm like meticulously anal retentive about my covers being straight on the bed. So again, wrong. She also said, oh, you're kind of a handful when you were a kid, and you're kind of a mess and a handful now, aren't you? I don't think so. But she said, your grandmother's just popping in to kind of keep you in line. So I don't think that's right either. So I don't know what to do about this. If I need to get a priest and some sage, if there's some mystery old woman visiting me at night, or if I just need to dismiss this as a well-meaning lady who, is just maybe getting her wires crossed or not getting quite the right message.